Where they'd unload, so instead of having little outside hoppers, the two big hoppers sit inside, so they hold 35 tonne each, so we can hold 70 tonne of receival nut on the inside, so the trucks just drive over, it's like grain, just unloaded into the conveyor takes it up, goes into a couple of stick walkers and aspirators on top of those bins so we don't get all the rubbish in the bins, cleans it out, drops down into one of the two hoppers, and then so this does about 60 tonne an hour, and then once we go into the hopper, we're cleaning at about 12 tonne an hour. So we got storage capacity there, or buffer capacity, and then it goes through the whole dehusking process of cleaning. We'll do a quick walk around that before going into the curing room. Exact same as Bundy sort, out of the curing room into the sorting. Here it actually goes back into the same drying room because we only got one drying room at the moment. So instead of Marie's got silos at Bundy Sort, so we go out of the drying room and into silos. Here we actually come out of bin 1 and we might go back into bin 15 with that nut. And then we actually, from that, it goes on to a different conveyor when it goes out to the unloading gantries, which are here. So that's where the nut comes out of the facility. And then the drying system here is the same. So I can show you the roof cavity where we pull the air out of the roof. That's a big insulated hot water tank. So we use heat pumps, which are like an air conditioner, just for more efficiency. So we heat up hot water, and then that hot water is pumped through heat exchangers inside the room. So there's a sealed unit, there's a sealed plenum underneath all the drying bins, so it's 100% sealed. So all the air, when it pulls down and through, it has to go through the heat exchangers to go into the fans. So that's how we pull it through that heats up the air and we put it back through the nut. And same thing, and then these shrouds here just exhaust all the moisture out of the room. Where those bins were, here this is all done on the inside. So those are the two big hoppers. You can't see it, looks like one hopper, but it's actually two. Comes out of there and it goes through all this cleaning gear. So it goes the whole way up to the end, goes through dehusking, through slope belts, through trommels, through aspirators, turns back around, comes back, goes through a colour sorter on the receiver line, which if it's got any husk, it'll kick it out at that point and send it back to go around back to dehusking, or if it's waste, it kicks it out. If it's good enough, it lets it through. Comes through, gets batch weighed here. We can take a batch weight and sample so we can see wet weight in versus weight that went into the drying room. So if you've got 50% waste, you can actually record that here. We can actually see how much waste we did in this cleaning process. And then it goes into the curing room, exact same as Bundy Sort. So this has just got more equipment and a lot more cleaning gear. And then all the waste, all these lower belts that you see going that way are all waste. So every bit of waste from this facility lands on one of these conveyors and goes out and gets consolidated into a waste gantry and dropped into bins out there. And we did buy a big shredder to shred all the nuts so we could compost it to sit up there. But we've had a few issues with getting some rock and creating issues, so we haven't been shredding at all. So yeah, we'll go this way and we'll go into the curing room. I might be able to show you, if it's on, I'll show you the plenum where all the air goes into the fans, into the bins. Yeah, so this system's fully automated, so it's all electric over pneumatic. So we can select to go, so bin 1 we can be sorting, so it goes out on this one and goes into sorting, this top conveyor. It goes off to sorting and it might be coming back in and going into bin 3. And at the same time, we can be dispatching bin 4 into a bulk truck out there. So it actually drops down onto a different conveyor below and goes out into the truck. So we can be doing 3 different things at once, actually 4 receiving as well. So we can be receiving, sorting, dispatching and sizing all at once. So it's very complicated. You wouldn't do this if you had multiple rooms, but we only had the one room, so we had to make it work. So it is quite complex. Yep. What's that? Through the batch weight, through the weigh bridge, through the batch weighs after sorting, and through the quality sample. Yeah. The full traceability goes through that. Yeah. So everything's weighed the whole way along. Yeah. And it's all received as batches and put into bins as batches. We only consolidate after sorting. So everything has to stay 100% separate until you sort, and then when you sort, because you take the batch, the moisture sample, the quality sample, if you've got like for like going, we can then consolidate and put 2 different growers in one because they're actually paid on the batch weight and the sample. Yeah. Right, I'll go this way. You've got every angle, Ricky, I reckon. We won't go in here. I'll just show you. So that's what it looks like underneath. So each one of those bins just has a fan, and this is a sealed room in here. You can walk in there if you want to. It's hot, but walk in if you want to. And it's been wet this week, so we would have had nut coming in, except it's wet. Right. Yeah. So same as Bundy sort, you know where Marie was sorting? Where at Bundy sort, you know, Marie was sorting on the table, that's the table there. And we just put it in a air-conditioned room to try and make it a bit more comfortable. Or a heated room in winter, whichever way you want to look at it. So, and I was trying to take some of the noise out of it, but I don't think that really worked. Yeah, so yeah, just colour sorter, sorting table, outside to get size, batch weighed, sampled, put back into the curing room, out of the curing room into a truck to go, hopefully up the road to OPM. Righto. Bundy sort essentially, so it takes the field nut from the farms, cleans it up, dries it, sorts it, batch weighs it, and dispatches it in a bulk truck. So, and then it goes to a processor. So this is still sort of farm level work. So it's about cleaning the nut, sorting it, and then it's sold to APM or to whoever they're selling it to. So that sample that we take here and that batch weight, so the sample goes to an independent lab for them to sample it, and then we obviously record the batch weights, and then we go up to the road to APM or to anyone else. So.